In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear brakes on this BMW 328i. These are going to be located behind the rear wheels. Let's get into it. Now we're going to remove the wheel. Use a 17mm socket. Take these lug bolts out. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to hold the wheel on so it doesn't fall. That off, grab the wheel and pull it off. Now remove the brake pad sensor. I'm just going to use some needle nose pliers. Just grab it and just pull it out. Sometimes they're kind of brittle. There we go. Just pull that out. Take the cap off the bleeder screw and just move that over. Now using a 9mm wrench, loosen up the bleeder screw. And we're just going to close it up just enough so it's not leaking. That's good. I'm going to take this clip off. I'm just going to use a pry bar and we'll just use some needle nose pliers. Just twist that, pull that out. Now we're going to take these caps off. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Pop these off. Take those off. And using a 7mm hex socket, take the caliper pin bolts out. Loosen those up. Take those pins out. Pull that pin out. Now I'm just going to use a little prying tool, just a small pry bar. Just pry the caliper just slightly out a little. You just want to compress that piston, make it a little easier to pull this brake pad off or pull the brake caliper off. There we go. Slide that off. Pull the brake pad out of the caliper piston. That one had the bracket. Use a brake caliper hanger and just hang the brake caliper out of the way. And I'm just going to use a pry tool, pry bar, just pry the other brake pad off. This one's stuck on there pretty good. Pry that off. Using a 16mm socket, I'm going to take these caliper bracket bolts out. And grab the bracket and it slides right off. I'll take that bolt out, use a 6mm hex socket. Comes right out. You want to take the rotor off. If it's stuck on there, just use a hammer. Just give it a tap. Loosen it up. Grab it. Pull it off. To access the parking brake shoes, you're going to have to turn the hub a certain way just so you can see the adjuster. I can see it through here. Then you can use a straight blade screwdriver. Just try to loosen up the adjustment on the brake shoes, parking brake shoes. So on the passenger side, it's up top here. The driver's side, it might be different. So I'm prying down and up, and that loosens up the parking brake shoes, and then pull it right off. This is how I was making the adjustments, just straight blade screwdriver and just twisting this up. As I twisted it up, it bring the adjuster closer together, which brought the shoes in. Now I'm going to use a wire brush, clean up the hub surface, get any corrosion or rust off. Now I'll just take a thin coat of anti-seize, just to prevent corrosion in the future. You just use a little brake parts cleaner, clean up the rotor. Wipe it down with a rag. Clean the inside where the parking brake shoes are gonna be. And then the other side, do the same. Brake parts cleaner, wipe it down with a rag. Now I take the rotor, slide it on, get it over the parking brake shoes. And put the screw in. And just snug that down, not too tight. Now, shoes are a little bit loose, so we're just going to snug those up. So just take the straight blade screwdriver. Make sure the adjuster is lined up right there. And just tighten these up. It's almost easier to tighten it up so it's too tight and then back it off. All right, so that's too tight. I'm gonna go back it off. I'll do one more. And that's good. Now we're gonna clean up the bracket. I'm just gonna use a wire brush. Just get any of this corrosion and rust, just to make it clean. When we were taking the brake pads off, they were stuck to this bracket because of this rust. So clean that up. All right, that's cleaned up on that side and the other side. That looks good. I'll just take the pins in a rag, little brake parts cleaner, wipe these down. If they're really bad, you can use a wire brush, or you can replace them if you need to. So this one looks pretty good. That one's okay. This one, I just need a little wire brush on here. Clean up that debris. That looks good. A little more brake parts cleaner. And take a little silicone grease or some brake caliper grease. And just lubricate the pins. That's good. Take the bracket, slide it over the rotor. And take the bolts, get those started. Now I'll tighten these down. Now torque these to 49 foot-pounds. Now you can take the caliper off the hanger. And we're going to compress the caliper. What we're going to do is take one of the old brake pads, just stick it on there, put the caliper compressing tool in there, get that started. Before we tighten that down, on the bleeder screw, take the 9mm wrench, put that on. And I'm going to use a brake hose to keep it clean You want to put a drain bucket underneath just in case. And you want to open the bleeder screw and slowly compress the piston. You can see the fluid going through the hose. This is going to prevent the fluid from going back in the system, especially if there's dirty fluid. Just go nice and slow. And if you're struggling to compress the caliper, the piston may be seized. You might have to replace the caliper. That's good. That's all the way down. Now we can close the bleeder screw. Just tighten that up snug. Pull the hose off. Try not to make a mess. Just remove the bottle that I have in the end of the hose. I can take off the wrench. Take this off. Take the compressing tool off. Take the extra shoe off or the pad. You take a look at the boot right here. Make sure it's not bulging out or it has air in it. If it does, you just want to peel back the boot a little bit. You can use a straight blade screwdriver or a pick. Just don't stab the boot. You want to make sure you just pull it back just so that it's not bulging out. That looks good. And then this area right here, that's going to contact the pads. You see this pad is going to go right there. So if it's got a little bit of excessive rust, you want to clean that up with a wire brush. You just do that real quick. Just that. It doesn't take much. You do the other side as well. It's just on the outside. The inside one, it does not have that on the shoe or on the pad. You see there's no ears right there. Take the pads, get that lined up. The one with the bracket is going to go into the piston. Just push that in, just like that. And the other one's going to go in the bracket. Get that lined up in the bracket. Take the caliper, just go over the other shoe, the other pad, and take the pins and get those started. And we'll tighten those down. Snug those down. All right, snug that down. Now we'll torque these to 22 foot-pounds. And put the caps on, secure those down. Now snug up the bleeder screw. That's good. Use a little brake parts cleaner. Just clean that off. Wipe it down with a rag. That's good. And take this spring, get this lined up. Just clip it in place. Now take the sensor, go through the cap for the bleeder screw. You can re-secure that. Take that, and we're gonna line that up with the brake pad and push it in place. Now I'll put the wheel on, get that lined up. Get the lug stud started. The other one's on, snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 80 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. Now, nice and slow, you want to pump the brake pedal. There's going to be an air gap between the brake caliper piston and the brake pads. So just go nice and slow. About 5 or 6 times, and then you're going to start to feel the pedal gets a little stiffer. That's good. Under the hood, you're going to check the fluid level for the master cylinder. There's a cover over here on the cowl. Just grab underneath here, there's a clip, and a clip right there. Take this cover off. There's the master cylinder reservoir. Give it a shake. There's a level right there, max or min. So adjust the level accordingly. Once it's all set, put the cover back on. Slide that in place, lock it down.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.